In these two problems, they still ask us to simplify, but the difference now is that we have division. I'm going to go ahead and do problem B first. In the numerator, we learned yesterday that the 5 represents the real, and the I represents the imaginary, the complex. So, we also learned that I is basically what? The square root of negative 1. Can we have a square root in the denominator? No, so we have to get rid of it. Okay? Now, notice how in this problem, in the denominator, it doesn't have a real. So I can put a number here, 0. And I put a plus because 2i is positive, so 0 plus 2i. To get rid of it, I'm going to have to multiply by the conjugate. Talk to your partner. What do you think the conjugate means? 20 seconds, go. The conjugate of this problem is 0 minus 2i. Raise your hand if you got that. We actually learned about that earlier in September. Basically, the conjugate means that if you have a plus, you do the same exact thing exactly in the denominator, but one is minus, and then whatever you wrote there, we're on top, because you can multiply any expression times 1 and it stays the same. Okay, so I don't need to write the 0, do I? So when I multiply the numerator, all I have to do there is just distribute. Negative 2 times I, which is what? And negative 2 times 5 gives us negative 10i. Again, I don't need the zeros, but it's trying to help you understand why I multiply by that number. Negative 2i times 4i is going to give us what? Negative 4i squared. I squared equals to what, class? So negative 2 times negative 1 over negative 4 times negative 1. And then all we have to do here is just simplify. Negative 2 times negative 1. Okay, pay attention. I'm moving this positive 2 in front because I want the real first. And negative times a negative is... Class, if all the numbers here are even, what can we do? We can take out a greatest common factor. 2 times minus 5i. And 2 times 2. My 2's will cancel. I'm going to write the 2 acceptable answers. So you have 1 minus 5i over 2. This would be fine. Or, if you split that apart, you would get 1/2 minus 5/2 I. So either of these would be an acceptable answer for our problem.